My last comment, India is the voice of global South, and Pakistan is the face of global terrorism, and we will slap that face hard.
We should always be civilized in our comments. So the kind of language, it's very nice. Even if we go to war with India, that doesn't stop me from being civilized. So my comments will be within civility.
Even if we go to war with India, it doesn't stop me being civilized, says Mohammad Faisal, Pakistan's High Commissioner. The difference between him and India's leader of BJP party, JVS Singh, is like night and day. As you've seen, we'll go into that later. Firstly, Mohammad Faisal has an interesting discussion with Sky News. Let's take a look.
Pakistan may have cooperated on the surface, but it didn't do anything to prevent these terror groups from flourishing within the country.
First, we have to have our facts right. Somebody has given you the paper, but he has
No one has given me this paper, actually. I spoke to, and I've been documenting and following this, but please, but this isn't a paper that
the facts have to be right. The 2008, it was not that Pakistan was invited every time, as you say. No, Pakistan itself said that there should be an investigation. And all these investigations are pending because lack of Indian collaboration. It is let me complete.
I just want to point out, because Prime Minister Modi was criticized for inviting Pakistan to Delhi to be part of an investigation at one point, and yet
which investigation?
It was either the 2016, the Uri attack, or the 2019.
No, it can be either. We're talking of facts. There was no such thing that he was criticized for something
by the Indian public.
It is pending, but maybe, I don't know, but it is pending because India unilaterally in 2019 decided to throw all international law under the bus and withdraw the Article 370. Since then, there is no dialogue. The SAARC summit. SAARC is the organization which runs South Asia, which should have led South Asia to development, 1.7 billion people. It is dysfunctional for one reason. India doesn't want it to move forward. 2016 November, the summit was to be in Islamabad. 9 years have passed. Look where GCC has gone. Look where African Union has gone.
But High Commissioner, I do want you to get your points across, and that's why we've invited you on the program.
But this has to be clarified that it is not pending because of Pakistan. India has to provide the evidence. We have to collaborate. The delegations have to meet, the embassies have to interact. If they throw missiles at my country, how do we collaborate with them? And there is no dialogue since 2016 because they stopped everything. They walked out of the summit, which they agreed. Facts, because I deal with it.
Yes.
First, on February 2016, India agreed to holding of SAARC summit. This agreement was in Pokhara in Nepal. I was there, and the date was agreed was November. Now they backed out of it.
So you're talking about a summit versus India
dialogue.
And a dialogue. The dialogue, correct.
She goes on to state information as if there were facts. When questioned by the High Commissioner, she then assumes it was either 2016 or 2019. This is nothing less than pathetic and clearly shows which side of the fence Sky News sits on. This is the second or third interview I've seen this lady conduct with Pakistani officials, and it's blatantly one-sided. I'm glad it was the Chief Commissioner today because he exposes not only her lies but also corrects her throughout this interview.
On Pakistan funding these terrorist organizations.
There are accusations about everything, and we can relitigate history or whatever we can do. The issue was that you said that among 5 or 6, and I can give you 5 others, in which allegations were made on us. Then there is Samjhauta Express. Allegations are on India. We have said again and again, let's sit down, let's discuss, let's find a solution.
Do you think, though, when terrorists launch these types of attacks, it completely derails any chance of both sides sitting down, having dialogue, talking to each other to bring about peace?
I believe in that you have to overcome the terrorist attacks and continue with dialogue. That is the only way. If your dialogue process is derailed by one terror attack, then in the entire world, nothing can move forward.
It wasn't one terror attack that we're talking. I mean, I
multiple.
went through it.
Samjhauta Express happened.
The parliament was attacked. The Mumbai attack.
The Indians took Siachen, the whole glacier, Kamar and Chor Batla. The history, when you go into history, it is a very painful history.
It is an incredibly painful history on both sides, which I put to your defence minister just in the last week.
We have to come out of the defence minister thing. I think you have made the point.
But the information minister as well yesterday was talking about things like Osama bin Laden didn't exist in and wasn't found in.
We can start the history from 1947 and we can continue with it, and I can quote books and you can. The issue, what is the issue now? 1.3 billion Indians, 250 million Pakistanis
need to find a common ground.
Need to coexist. That is very important.
The High Commissioner, and I quote, states they need to find a common ground and coexist. I find it very interesting that in my previous video we see the Pakistani representative of the UN saying exactly what the Pakistani High Commissioner is saying, that they want to sit, meet, investigate, and more importantly, see the video. It's been 2 weeks since a Pahalgam attack where 26 innocent Indian lives were taken. The blame was placed upon Pakistan, who strongly disputed it. India states it has evidence that Pakistan was behind it. Since India claims they have the evidence, Pakistan and the rest of the world have an absolute right to see the evidence. This doesn't sit right with me.
There is no accusation on Pakistan, and I can quote you 10 other incidents because this is allegations counter. How do you come out of these allegation counter allegations? International investigation. Why is India shirking from an international investigation if they are so sure?
I mean, that is why I've pointed to these
no,
other
but this is wrong. I have quoted you. No. I have
happened.
quoted you instances on all these. Pakistan is ready to collaborate. India has to come to the table, and of course, we have to share evidence. The witnesses have to be presented. There are legal procedures, which of course are in front of. Just quoting, like naming 10, and I can name you 20, that they took the entire Siachen glacier, and it's still controversial.
I mean, again, you keep pointing to these investigations, but for Pathankot attack in 2016, India did invite a joint investigation team to Pakistan.
Yes.
And I mean,
no, not to Pakistan. India invited
from Pakistan.
A team went there.
Yes, which
then
is what
it is stopped because there is no collaboration from. They have stopped the collaboration. We have not. They are the ones who walked out of Kashmir. They are the ones. Since 2016, there is no dialogue.
But if you're not cracking down on these terror groups, which is the
point of contention. We are doing whatever we can, because my country, I would know it better. We are doing whatever is possible, much more than Pakistan is the biggest victim. On 25th of March, the entire train was hijacked and killed. Entire train, the stuff of films. And clear
then
links
why does the intelligence agencies and the military continue to support these groups?
Nobody is supporting anything. The links are going to India, and there was, clear indications.
No, but I'm talking about these proxy groups that exist in
I am not
Pakistan.
talking of any proxy groups, and we can discuss everything. I am talking of India and Pakistan. Can we find a solution to the problem? As I say, there is no love lost for anyone. Let's investigate. Let somebody independent investigate. My Prime Minister is saying, then...
And if links of Jaish-e-Mohammed were found within Pakistan?
You can't name them like this without any, you can't be the judge, jury and executioner. We have to investigate before we start. What has India done? We presume that these were mosques that were attacked.
They're seminaries, madrasas and
mosques,
seminaries.
And you can go and see that. The international media was there yesterday. We were just taking them around. Mosques have been attacked.
But madrasas and seminaries
they are mosques.
Extremist building factories.
No, this is you can imagine anything that you want, and I would respect that. Of course, it's your imagination. Something has to be proven. Would you let anyone in Europe do that? That I'm going to bomb that country because I think there's a seminary or something. That can't happen.
I'm just going to keep you there because we have with us on the program.
The international media was there yesterday. When have we ever heard Israel say anything like that? Anyway, the next clip I'm about to play is from the leader of the BJP party. Before I do, I just want to remind you all that we've just seen the High Commissioner of Pakistan speak very eloquently, professionally and respectfully despite the airstrikes from India. Let's see if the leader of the BJP party speaks in an equally respectful way.
India will not tolerate terrorism, and India will not hesitate to eliminate terrorism. That message has to be clear. And lastly, India's right to self-defense is uncompromisable. Now, Pakistan is thick-skinned and shameless. Pakistan talking about finding common grounds. Pakistan talking about peace is like a devil quoting from the scriptures. If Pakistan was so innocent and holier than thou, why they have been on the FATF grey list for the longest period of time? Why was Osama bin Laden found there? Why the entire world today frowns upon Pakistan?
There should have been an international investigation and that Pakistan was willing to cooperate in that.
After 2001, 2008, 2016, 2019, time for investigation is over. India is now all for action against terror camps. In fact, the ambassador sitting on your show and the entire Pakistan civilian population should be grateful to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he has done what Pakistan army and Pakistan government cannot do, that is eliminate terrorists.
Well, they're concerned about civilian populations being hit. They say that mosques are being targeted and civilian populations are being killed as a result of these airstrikes.
Let me be very clear on your show. Terrorists are not civilians. Our press release officially from the government of India clarified with proof, visuals, no civilian, no military establishment, and no civilian houses were hit. 9 terrorist sites were attacked and hit to ensure those monsters who attacked India do not repeat the same mistake in their next 7 lives.
It's very nice. Even if we go to war with India, that doesn't stop me from being civilized. So my comments will be within civility. Jets shot down. I hope you have seen in the CNN now, there's this news item. quoting a French intelligence person and clearly saying that more than one planes, Rafales, were shot down. More information is coming. I am no one to doubt CNN. It is a global name. It has published something. So there must be some merit to it. There are others, many other sources.
I'm quoting the defense minister who was pointing to social media, not actual
No, I am quoting you CNN and you can see it. Just one search.
He spoke to CNN, the defense minister.
Yeah, you can. What I'm quoting can be checked on CNN. This is a French intelligence. They are quoting. I'm not quoting anything. That their planes have been shot down. And we should be still, whatever we go to fight or not, we should be civil and we should have logic in whatever we are saying. Just by claiming that they are terrorists, I am this means nothing. Please, let me. Now you have.
I do want to. I know you're making a civility. I know you're making a civility.
This is not how it's my country at stake. It's not my persona that This is not acceptable. The kind of language that he was making. This is the reputation of your institution also. We should be, fine, we go to war, but that doesn't take us out of the civility.